What is up and welcome back, and today we had a performance review of the KD16. Now let me tell you off the start, this colorway, the Amp Pro, performed beyond my expectations big time. I was very impressed with it, so let's dive right into all the details. First of all, if you are thinking of copying this shoe, go ahead and do it right now when there's still pairs available, because it really is that good, okay? Now I didn't do a performance review on the previous colorway, so I can speak on those, but for this one right here, everything's going to be very good. A little bit of disclaimers and we'll get into all that. So first of all, let me say I am big on the aesthetics, so if a basketball sneaker doesn't look good, I'm not going to buy it. Now this one right here I think is the best looking colorway out there from the KD16 line. I do love how it has this hot pink color, right? It really makes it stand out on the basketball court with a little bit of the light pink. And definitely when you put this shoe on and when you just see it in person, it looks way better in person and on feet. So that right there is going to be a huge plus, okay? Even when I wore this one and a few people saw it on the court the first day I wore it, they were like, damn, those look real good in person. And a couple guys said, hey, you know, I wasn't going to buy them, but now that I see them right here, I'm going to go ahead and buy them when I get home. So definitely when you have it on, it is going to pop, and you can see that in the video. So for the materials, you are going to have this mesh material all throughout. You can see it right here. It is going to allow some breathability. Even for back here, you have a little bit of that material. But again, it is going to be reinforced with some cushioning on the inside, okay, around the heel area, okay. Also for the tongue, it's not going to be the most thinnest tongue. It is going to be a little bit more thicker than regular, so expect that. So the feel of this on feet is going to be that plush feel. You are going to feel you have material around your feet, but it's not going to be very bulky, okay. That's what surprised me when I wore this one with the other KD line, especially the 15. I felt I had a very bulky shoe on my feet, but with this one, it's completely opposite. I feel that I'm fast in it. I don't feel that I have a whole bunch of material. I think it's just the right amount, giving you a little bit of that extra plush and comfort. So very good to see. Here's going to be a close-up so you can see the design. You can see that flower design all throughout. Close-up of the back. Okay, you can see the logos right there as well. And then right here, for the tongue, you also have the rose right there. Okay, that's what you can expect, but with the laces, it is going to cover that design right there in the front. Now let's talk about the performance. So in this shoe, I didn't feel that my feet felt hot at all, okay? It is going to be a little bit plush, so it is going to get a little bit warm, but nothing too drastic, okay? So you are going to have good breathability in this sneaker. Also, I do like the lacing system. It does a very good job of locking down your foot with the lockdown of the ankle. Very good. For me personally, with a lot of the KD line, hasn't worked for me because I do have a whole bunch of ankle and heel slippage, but in this colorway in the KD16 I had none of that. For the fit and the lockdown, it is going to be a 10 out of 10, okay. And also for the fit, you can go true the size, or if you are a wide footer, just go a half size up and you are going to get that real snug performance fit. But if you are going to wear the sneaker for going out but not for playing basketball, you can go a half size up from your regular sizing, okay, and that's just going to give you a little bit of extra room. This shoe also comes with a heel clip, and it's a nice sizable amount. It's going to be around this area, a little bit above this circle logo, and it moves down to around right here, okay. So love to see it in a basketball shoe. Definitely need to have that for that extra protection around the ankle area, so this has you covered. Now I'm not going to pull out the insert because it's heavily glued in the front, but with this angle you can see how thick it is. So it is a nice sizable amount, so it does give you that extra step and comfort. Nothing too crazy, but it's a little bit thicker than usual, okay. And it did come with some wording on the interior, but because I already played in the sneaker, the words already started to fade. So my bad on that. I'll try to find what it actually says online for everybody if you're interested. And now for the lower portion of the sneaker, on the interior in the back area, you are going to have that air strobe for the bottom. You are going to have that Zoom Air. Okay, that's going to be on the forefoot. Okay, so I felt the setup felt very good to me. It does feel very responsive and you can be very quick. You're not going to get the most springy type feel, the most bounce in the sneaker, but it is going to be a basketball shoe where you can feel you can do almost anything. You can just take off really fast and then you can jump all over the place. Okay, and like I said, KD shoes tend to be somewhat bulky, so you are going to have a wider base. So that right there, you're not going to be worried for your landies. You are going to be covered. Okay, and you are going to have full length cush line for the foam, and that's going to stand right there on the interior. You can see how it wraps around, and it is going to be partially caged right here in the center. Okay, so that cush line is going to have these side medial walls that do help out with stability and support, especially when you're braking like this. Okay, and you can see that in the performance review. You do get a little bit of the ankle sliding to the sides, but your foot overall does feel stable. When I was playing in this shoe, I did not feel unstable at all. I felt very secure and very balanced. Okay, now moving on to the traction, that's going to be something everybody wants to know about. So how good is the traction for this colorway? Let me tell you, the traction is going to be a 10 out of 10. For indoors, I had no problems whatsoever. Compared to other shoes I was testing that day, for example, the Dawn Issue 5 Down was flying around all over the place. But with this one right here, the KD16, man, it held very, very good. Top tier, 10 out of 10. And I actually didn't have to wipe that often. It was very dusty, okay? But definitely you want to keep wiping no matter what, because you don't want to have those one-offs where maybe you slip or somebody gets you. So just keep maintaining the traction and you're going to be fine. You're going to feel that this shoe can do almost anything with any type of movement. So right there, again, huge plus. And if you are thinking of using this shoe outdoors, you can do it because the traction is thick enough. But think about it, you're paying 170 USD for this shoe. So if you have that type of money and you can use it outdoors, go ahead. But definitely you want to keep it indoors and maintain it for as long as possible, because it is a lot of money. And I also did the jump test with this sneaker, and you can land in the front, the middle, and the back. You don't have any pain whatsoever. So this shoe is going to have you covered for the whole foot. Now I do have one disclaimer with this sneaker. You're definitely going to want to break it in before you play in it, and that might take around 30 minutes. I do have very sensitive arches, so when I first put this shoe on, it felt very firm, especially around this area down here. Okay, so I was having a little bit of pain right there, but after those 30 minutes, it felt very good. And I was able to play in the shoe for a very, very long time. So just do that before a game and you're going to be solid. So that's going to do it for this video. I was very impressed with this colorway. The Amp Pro for the KD16 is a basketball sneaker that can do a lot of things. You don't feel you have to compromise. You can move real fast. It can stop, like I said, on a dime. You can jump all over the place, land in the front, the middle, and the back. And it's also very, very comfortable. No heel slippage whatsoever. The laces, you do get an extra pair of laces if you don't like these type of material. For these laces, you get some regular laces, so you can swap them out. And like I said, this shoe right here is going to be a top performer. The colorway is fantastic. You're going to stand out on the basketball court. So again, for 170 USD, you are going to get a top performer, and I highly recommend this colorway. This was the Amp Pro, the KD16, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.